It has never stopped me. Winter, summer, Mother Earth, nature. The prerequisites might be different, but the art of driving is the same. I didn't understand it. Why would I leave my family at Christmas Eve for a B-road drive? I looked at my wife and she was smiling. It was a gift of love to a true petrolhead or enthusiast. In the cities, all people was inside eating lunch, and I was in an 8th generation 911 Carrera. I took the ferry from Skansen to some spectacular B-roads, and I had a true blast driving. The climate change has over the year eliminated the white Christmases in Stockholm area. The roads that I am approaching is wet, and driving on the B roads that are pretty much empty. It is a true experience of man, machine and nature. Turning into those corners, braking, listening to the sounds, feeling that thrust from the engine that you control with the throttle, having the brake pedal executing the speed differentials that you appreciate when you approach the corner, turning in, feeling the suspension working, feeling that you are in charge of the machine. That's how you connect to the vehicle, and that's the thrill of driving a sports car on a B road. But over the years, the 8th generation has become, well, let's say, a bit heavy. The character of the base 911 is unique. The engine is behind you, and what's important of that is not that it will be tail happy as for 20 years ago when that was the case. No, this helps you to connect with the road, and that's what's making the 911 unique. If you then don't have a rocket launcher behind you, you will easier connect in your driving. The rear engine helps you to feel the weight transformation from accelerating to braking. Having that rear engine behind you trying to reach the front of the car when you're braking is something that you cannot experience in a mid-engine vehicle. The same goes when you start to accelerate and you feel the engine pushing it backwards, leaning the way towards the back wheels. That's what the 911 is all about. It's about connection, feeling that drive. The Carrera S is a much more powerful car in comparison to the 911 base. But when you drive the cars, there are two different characters, where the Carrera S is more like hitting the wall when you brake and turn into the corner, and when you accelerate, it's like throwing away in a rocket. You're not that present in your driving. The base model is more balanced towards the driver in comparison to the S model. When you approach the corner, you feel the speed that you have built up. You apply the braking like it was your decision, not hitting that wall. You feel the weight balance being transformed over to the front axle, turning into the corner, and then giving that throttle where you control it and off you go, leaving the corner behind you. I called a friend and explaining my appreciation of the lower horsepower base Carrera. He answered me and told me that I sounded like a gentleman defending his investment in a base model. I don't agree at all. I felt like my friend haven't found the pleasure of true driving. I know that we all have chased those fastest lap times, but if that was the truth, why would then people be keen on vintage cars? Because they are very slow. If you cannot find the appreciation in each model, then that model is not for you. And if you always strive towards the performance vehicle and getting that fastest lap times, then you should only look at the motorsport department. That's my belief, at least, and I know that I'm not alone out there appreciating the true art of driving. I would say I am a natural aspirated engine kind of guy. But I have been driving a lot of turbos lately, the modern turbos, and I started to tremble when I expressed myself toward the perfect engine. The turbo engine that we have present on the market today are very unique. The turbo lag are not as present as it was or has been. About 2,700 RPM in the base Carrera, you have that thrust that natural aspirated engine are lacking of. You need to stress a natural aspirated engine more than the modern turbo engine. Not saying that I don't prefer the natural aspirated engine, but I'm not sure I'm willing to pay a huge amount of money to get it. Because when you are driving the base model of the 911 series and you're getting out of that corner and you have access to all the torque, that's when you start to smile when you're driving. And that is what the base Carrera gives you, a smile. It is not there to claim its victory of the best lap time or success. It's there to be your friend and share the experience of the drive with you. I guess Porsche would have slaughtered the Carrera S if all the options was available. It's all about money these days when it comes to Porsche. Back in the days it was more passion into the brand than it is today. I think everybody would agree on that, and I understand it. I would have done the same if I was in the management of Porsche. You know, you need the dollars to make sure that you can produce the next model. Therefore, the Carrera is not that equipped as the S. What I'm talking about is the torque vectoring system, the rear axle steering, things that actually makes a difference when you drive the car. But that also makes the base Carrera unique, because you don't have to figure out what options do I need to fit to approach the perfect drive. No, that is gone with the wind, and you can just focus on selecting the color and hit the roads. When I option out the base Carrera, I always end up with basically nothing added. I love the base model. And if it wasn't for my manhood counseling that most of us need, the base model would be the perfect 911 today.
The interest of photography and cinematography grows on me. Here is some picture as a bonus that I have been taking of a 992 Carrera S and the yellow base Carrera.